it's me. Hi, how's it going? It's been a little while, so I don't really remember where. Just gonna refresh my dashboard on Twitch. Oh, this was right after the Luis assassination, and everyone was like, "What the fuck's going on?" Now we rest. I remember.
Good night.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Now, let's get this year's Saints' Day Festival of Montario underway. We will begin with a few words from His Eminence, Sanctifex Forden.
Looks like Dracodios hasn't left his side.
Today is a day of great celebration. A day to offer up our thanks to God. But first, an announcement. Luis is dead. The royal family's murderer has been put to justice. Now much of the kingdom's trust lies with me. Even this king-defying lance is safe in my hands. I would not see further bloodshed in endless, futile conflict. Is it not past time for reconciliation and open dialogue as a newly forged nation?
He's talking as if the race is already over. What about deciding the winner?
All but a formality now, isn't it? His Eminence has the overwhelming majority on his side. Better to establish peace now and crown Sanctifex Forden.
No. He would end the tournament here and now.
So he's just going to call the race while he's ahead? How convenient. But the throne's decided by the king, not this tournament.
Forden only had to abide by that when he had Luis to compete with. If he ends this while he's this far ahead, we won't be able to reverse it.
Oi! The game's not over yet, you cocky bastard!
We only seek to submit to the will of the people. Though you would be wise to quit the race with all speed.
Forden for the throne! Then we will finally have peace! Hail His Majesty Forden! Long live His Majesty Forden!
Damn him. The people already believe him the victor. Tournament won or no, his dominance will soon be unshakable.
Let's go. We reclaim the lance, now!
Now? Are you out of your mind?
If he's going to keep it close to hand, we'll never have a chance to swap it out. We'll have to take it by force.
Really?
We have no choice.
If there really is no other way.
Really?
So you were after this lance all along? Loyalists indeed. How many more candidates must die by your hand?
His smuggler is horrific, distorted. It's sickening.
What did you? How dare you, you pagan wretch! You would steal this holy lance for your own vile ends. That alone is treason against the kingdom, you filthy assassins.
Assassins? Then we're in good company. That night, you were the one behind the attack on His Royal Highness. You framed Luis for your crime and banished him from the palace. Do you deny it?
Precisely the sort of baseless claims I'd expect from desperate sinners.
Baseless, is it? In that case, shall we produce proof of your treason?
You waste your breath. What do your words matter now? The royal family is gone. Luis is dead. Only I remain. And only I am fit for the throne.
You vile traitor!
You call His Eminence a traitor? Preposterous! The Sanctifex is incapable of such deeds!
Your Majesty Forden, punishment to the disloyal. Judge these ruffians with your divine lance.
Behold, the flock has spoken. Those who defy me are to be executed. Before you die, know that I am in your debt for killing Luis and handing me the crown.
Del, what the hell's going on? I thought the prince's curse was supposed to be off.
It's clearly not. The prince's assassination, the whole lot. It was all the Sanctists. It was all that bastard pulling the strings from the start. Wait, is that...
You! Identify yourself! Who are you?
We're at a festival. Should we not be festive?
Huh?
I've come to meet you, Forden.
Reese? Impossible. How could you have survived? Not that it matters. It falls to me to finish the job, then. Coming here sealed your fate. Hell awaits, and this time I'll make sure you stay there. Face your divine punishment, Luis! But why?
Oh.
It appears your sins outweigh mine.
What have you done?
That lance is counterfeit, just like you. This is the true lance.
You snake, Luis.
Did he just kill Sanctifex Forden?
No. Impossible.
Oh, fuck me.
Nothing to see here. The festival is cancelled. Cancelled.
Del, Lord Luis is alive.
What's going on?
Good people! You have heard the truth with your own ears. Forden was the vile mastermind behind the prince's assassination. For casting his sins upon me, for seeking to usurp the throne, I have passed due judgment. A tainted Sanctifex is unfit to rule. What's the matter? You seem lost for words.
But you're supposed to be dead.
In a sense, yes.
Then how? How are you alive? Forden's own attendant confirmed your death.
Forden's attendant? You mean that fellow?
No! Zorba?
Back at the Grand Cathedral, I ordered the dead to recover my body if the need arose.
I'd always intended for Forden to die by my hand. And the first step in his downfall was Zorba's infiltration.
Impossible. The lance pierced you through your very breastplate!
It did indeed. And frankly, I'm still impressed. Few could land such a decisive blow against me. But I'm afraid fate was on my side, not yours.
Mortal anatomy is my speciality. I knew at first glance that the wound was deep, but the heart was intact. Lord Luis is destined for far greater than this, so I devised a plan. I would proclaim his death and deceive both Forden and his flock. After that, it was simply a matter of magically regenerating his flesh overnight. Only a fool would expect him to die in such a place.
I could have emerged as soon as I'd healed. But where's the theater in that? Today is a day of celebration. The least I could do is offer a fitting death out of mercy.
Why'd you have the real lance? Wasn't it supposed to have gone to Forden?
Wee bit slow on the uptake, eh? I just told you, I was present for the inspection. It was hardly a difficult task to swap out your counterfeit.
So you knew the truth of it? No. Have you always been ahead of us? Ever since the moment we thought Zorba dead?
A holy lance, a convincing prop. What does it matter? Had I truly died, it would simply indicate that I was never fit for my ambitions. Power is the only true arbiter. Behold the proof. Forden lies dead, and the lance is in my hand, just as planned.
You let us do as we pleased, even knowing the risks. You're insane!
Indulge me a question. You stole the magic formula from me. Surely you soon learned that it was useless. That's why you then resorted to killing the caster. You were desperate to lift the spell. Is that not so? In other words, the curse's victim still draws breath. For that reason, you sought to kill me even amidst this competition, even with the difficulty of the king's magic in your way. So, His Venerable Highness the Prince survived. Where is he? Speak or die.
Please, spare us!
No! Stop! Leave them be!
How quickly the Sanctus break rank and flee. Their flock left to die. This is Sanctism.
No! Stop him!
Don't!
Out of the way!
What? Why?
Go! Run!
Come now.
Thank you. You protect them. Yet what value do they have to you?
It's not that! This is just wrong! It's wrong, me lord!
I see. So even you two faltered.
Dal! Dal!
Fidelio!
Hey! Wake up!
I get it now. Only fair thing in this world is power. With it, you can take whatever you want in this life. Or so I thought.
Tell.
But you know, if all the weak get left behind, who's left to protect them? I've been an idiot. Sorry about that.
Stop talking, Dal.
I see it, you know. little diner. Music in the air. It's grand. Look after Lady Juna.
Huh? Hey. Tell?
No!
Is Luis not just standing there?
Pitiful. See what Brotherhood earned them.
Lord Luis. That's what it all comes down to for you, yeah? The strong are right, the weak are wrong. Doesn't matter what you were born into, there's fairness in that. We saw you as our hope. We thought that if you had a proper strong fella on top, he'd be able to put a stop to all the meaningless discrimination. But we had it wrong. You're no ray of hope. It doesn't matter to you. Killing anyone, it doesn't make you feel unclean. You're the kind of cold-blooded bastards we hate more than anything!
Do not concern yourself with this peon, Lord Luis. With my newfound power, I shall tear them limb from limb.
This way! Guards, hurry!
Step aside. You have important work to do.
Hey! Seize the criminals who murdered His Eminence!
We didn't do it, but we should probably still run. Basilio, come with us!
Shut up! What about Del? You saw what that bastard did to him!
I will not let you die in vain. Your brother didn't do this so you could get yourself killed. For now, please flee with us.
Shite!
Come, make haste.
Fuck me, this is taking a turn.
Oh, welcome back. It went about as well as could be expected. We wanted something nicer for his grave, but they told us something like that's reserved for Sanctus tradition.
You can expect little else in Altabri. I apologize for not being present.
We've just gotten ourselves out of the public eye. If we had gone as a group, worst case, we'd have been turned in.
I wish we could have mourned him at his home. It had to happen in the lap of the Sanctus Church of all places. I hear the Parapists typically prefer a more joyful send-off, with singing and celebration.
It's all right. Us soldier kids could never afford to be too picky. Telling you he couldn't choose where to snuff it. The fact that you were there, Lady Juna, that's enough for us.
Basilio.
Best to leave him be for a while. He's just lost the only family he had.
By the way, have you checked the Farsight mirror? The curse might be...
Unfortunately, it still hasn't lifted. Guess that means it was someone other than Forden after all.
It probably was Luis.
But Forden brazenly admitted that he had been the mastermind. Luis was innocent of that crime, at least.
Someone must have cast it at Forden's command. Unless we can find and kill them in time. Damn it all!
We've more pressing problems at hand, don't we? Now Luis knows the prince is alive. Surely that's far from ideal.
The village is deep in the forest. It's not an easy place to find, even if you're looking. Going to the prince's side could be dangerous. So let's not get ahead of ourselves.
But even if we sought the real culprit, we no longer have any leads to follow.
If I might make a suggestion, perhaps we should visit my sister again. She may have some insight on the Sanctus Church's past. But that's tomorrow's concern. As for tonight, we could all use some time to rest our hearts and minds.
I didn't see that.
Oh, look at you, kid. You look near dead yourself.
Tell? Tell? What?
Seems you made it out in one piece, though.
Are you alive? But back there, you... Don't tell me you pulled some bloody trick. Just like Luis. Bloody hell, Del. I thought I...
Basilio, sorry. From here on, you're taking the lead.
But why? I can't without you. Tell, I only made it this far because I followed you.
Don't give me that. You're the strong one. Me, I never knew where I was going. Basilio, protect the weak. Swear you'll do it, not for me, but for yourself. If you can do that, I'll always be with you.
No, that's okay, man. Not a problem. Have a good night. I appreciate you stopping by. It says be with you as well.
Don't give me that look. Well, this one's goodbye for now. You ready? Let's hear it, Basilio. You fight, but why?
O Lodestar, ye grief-racked brother, O thou anguished traveler. Thy long stagnant stance hath finally been broken. Now choose thy path.
Not really a choice. It's back to the starting line. This time I'll lead. Ardell entrusted me with this chance. I've got to show him I've got this.
Thank you. Thou hast chosen a noble parting. O Lodestar, whose light reveals the king's own path. Henceforth, thy fears and insecurities are thy light. Awaken.
See you around, Del.
What the shit?
Thank goodness! You're finally awake! You were passed out! Don't scare me like that! Not that I can blame you. After all that's happened.
Sir Basilio, there's magla flowing through him. I think it's the same as our power.
It's you lot, from before.
They want to pay their respects for Fidelio.
Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Ardell. Funny, innit? Maybe this world's not so bad. Thanks.
Here he is.
By God, what in the world is that, Lance?
It struck down Santifex Forden right before our eyes. That's supposed to be impossible.
And Luis made sure it was a bloody spectacle, before an audience even. The bastard is making sport of it.
We must devise a plan. Otherwise, even if Luis does not sway our supporters, they may lose faith in the church.
Before all else, we must choose a successor. But they need not share Forden's strength.
I have brought her here.
You requested an audience? Assembled lords?
Rella, we must ask your support. Let me be direct. We would like you to enter the tournament as a formal successor to His Eminence Sanctifex Forden.
This girl? She is your plan?
Have you gone mad? I reject this proposal. If anyone is to succeed His Eminence, it should be me, as his trusted right hand.
See sense. Strength alone means nothing. And without that, you have nothing worthy of the people's loyalty.
Rella, will you not speak? Surely you feel what they ask of you is beyond your station.
Well, that is...
You are wise beyond your years, Rella. Surely you understand. What the lost children need now is not a righteous avenger, but a refuge from their fears. The people would flock to a saint who dwells among her people. Already many would rejoice to see you rule as queen. Rella, will you answer their call?
This is all rather sudden.
Of course, you would have our full support. Naturally, we will make arrangements so that the tournament's next round turns in your favor.
Even so, I am unfit to be queen.
Allow me to clarify. This is not exactly a request. Would you rather have that tyrant Luis become king?
Well...
Hey, sounds like we've got big news. I just heard from the pack of Sanctists. I figured they'd shove someone up to take Forden's place. But where it is, it'll be Saint Rella. Gonna be an announcement tomorrow.
The mourning for Forden's barely started, and they're already lining up his successor. And Rella, at that. Going for popularity over power, it seems.
They're getting careless. Though, thinking about it, maybe it's a smarter choice than it seems.
But, say Saint Rella wins against Luis, becomes proper queen and all gets to do what she wants. Doesn't that tidy this whole thing right up?
No! This can't be her own decision. Just the idea of being queen would put her stomach in knots.
The politicians must be trying to make her their puppet. Perhaps it was an order she could not refuse.
This isn't good. Probably not the best time to talk to her either.
But that's got to mean they're keeping the tournament going, right? Then they'll probably announce the next challenge once Rella's candidacy goes public.
Either way, I don't like it. This is all escalating too fast for my tastes. All the support Forden had campaigned for will likely just go straight to Rella with hardly a dent. If Luis and the Sanctist Church are trying to reclaim the status quo as the two pillars of government, that'll be a tough lead to shake. After all, just lifting the curse isn't going to be enough to restore the prince to the throne.
Indeed. Luis versus Rella. Frontrunner and runner-up, with no ties to the royal family between them. Everyone will see plain that popularity's eclipsed royal right. His Highness himself will have to win this battle on the faith of the people, or his claim to the crown will never be acknowledged.
Besides which, Luis now knows that His Highness lives. His whereabouts have not been discovered, but the Kingslayer will take up the hunt.
So many obstacles. What do we do?
We have to keep trying to break the curse. But we also need to get people to support the prince's claim to the throne. To move forward, we need to buy time.
Well, I know one way to keep a VIP protected. A classic tactic, really. The military does it all the time. We use a body double. You're supposed to be a dead ringer for the prince, yeah?
You mean he pretends to be the prince? That's absurd. You realize it's a capital offense to impersonate royalty?
I don't think it's a bad idea, though.
Do you not get how dangerous this is?
Ardell was right about you being mental. I think we could pull it off, though. The prince has been gone ages. Nobody's in a position to point out differences.
Wait, just think about this. He's elder. The royal family's Clamar, and have been for generations. His appearance would be the least of our worries.
If I may. His Highness the Prince lacks the Clamar horns. Some rumors suggested 'twas not some miraculous feature of the prince alone, but a mark of elven blood. I've heard no confirmation either way myself, but at the very least, 'tis a tale any aristocrat is bound to have heard in passing.
In other words, with an elder claiming the prince's name and a known royal knight to vouchsafe him, we'd have enough plausibility to shake the nobles to their core.
Of course, all this means little, unless our double himself is willing.
Okay, now.
What say you?
I am the prince!
I am the prince. Was that believable?
Even this doesn't get to you? Sometimes I worry about you.
Your resolve has been challenged many times over, and never have you strayed. I am humbled once more. I pledge my sword to this gambit.
Good. Then we declare ourselves tomorrow, where this announcement's going to take place. Seems like the optimal place to make sure we're heard.
Right then. Looks like I'll have to give the old girl a polish worthy of a prince. My cue as well. From here on, it's nose to the grindstone until my magnum opus is finished.
What?
Can't let the lad be the only one with his life on the line.
What's he talking about?
Can we talk?
I have no clue what might happen in a situation like this, so once we're done with our preparations in the city, let's focus on tomorrow. But remember, the monks have their eyes on us. Let's keep our shopping to the Blue Sky Bridge area and return to the runner at night.
Let's go! Ready?
All right, then.
Who the fuck? You hurt? Pretty obvious what happened now. Tossed out of a carriage and tapped by monsters. Shows no one's going to be much bothered by one of my dead parapets lining the streets. I'm grateful at least to have a view like this at my last. Ah, that monolith. It really is gorgeous. Wish I could have seen it up closer, but things are going blurry. Oh, we're just going to leave the dead guy. Alright, cool. Anyway.
All right, then. All right, then.
I don't really know what shopping I can do here, but...
Let's go.
Uh-huh.
All right, then. Go.
Check out the shops and stuff.
Hey!
Oh, wait.
What now?
Here he is. Berserker. That's really good. Oh, and it's got really cool like attack, like defensive stats too. Okay, cool. Probably will never use him still, but you know. Hello, mate!
Get yourself a good dip.
Oof. Go on then.
Now then.
Oh, crap. Increased damage against undead type enemies.
All right then.
Let's go.
Ah, hello.
It's pretty meh.
All right then.
Let's go.
Check the item shop.
Greetings.
I'll probably do, to be honest. I can't go and do anything else anywhere else, so...
Let's head there right away.
I'm tired.
Anything accomplished? Sure did a lot today. Think we deserve a nice long rest?
All right then.
I guess so. I already know what else we can do, so...
Sure.
Good night.
Yeah.
Hey, looking like we're all set for tomorrow. Got a minute then? Seeing as I've running in with you lot now, something I want to clear up.
You.
Just tell me this. You doing this to save the poor prince, or are you doing it to save the country? It's the same thing.
I mean...
It's ultimately the same thing either way.
No.
Ain't that simple.
Hey, mate.
If you want to save the country, you're playing a longer game. You've got to actually win this race. So if we can't save the prince, you take his place for good. That means if we win the tournament, you'll take the lie to your grave.
So...
I'm just saying, you declare yourself prince tomorrow, and everything changes for you forever. You know what you sign up for?
Right.
I'm ready for it. Listen to you, got guts, that's for sure.
Then...
Well, I'll tell you something myself. I'm not just following you to go with the flow, right? Or to avenge death.
Whatever.
Sure, I'm planning on hammering that bastard Luis into the ground, but I'm doing it for the dream. For a world where your birth doesn't decide your life. And if I'm going to tag along, that's the world we're going to live to see. I know it.
Leave it to me.
So you just leave it to me, yeah? I got your back. As long as you're giving us everything you got, so will I. Got a deal, Captain? So Basilio off. He said he prefers sleeping in stowage and then return to my own bunk.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Look, it's that boy candidate. The one who betrayed Luis or killed him or something.
Hold on! I thought it was Sanctifex Forden who got killed.
I think it's both. But hard to say what actually happened. Suppose it's true what they say about Elder. Disaster follows them like an ill wind.
I couldn't get a read on what kind of reputation we had before, but it seems worse than I thought.
Once we stand for His Royal Highness the Prince, that will surely change. We have to believe that.
I don't look nothing like him though.
St. Rella is here. The rumors were true.
Wait, I'm just going to be declared as I look now?
Thank you all for joining me, even in the midst of this turmoil. I am Rella Cygnus, of the Crown Theocracy. The reason I ask that you all gather here today is so that I may formally announce my succession to His Eminence, the late Sanctifex Forden. I know not if I am worthy, But under the teachings of the noblesse, I am determined to become a worthy king, queen of this land.
The saint herself is to be our queen. Now we are safe. Glory to Sanctism.
Chill out for just jumping mid-race like that. Everyone seemed pretty annoyed when Luis did it.
The tournament's winner is not guaranteed the throne. Fairness was never really a factor. Whoever has the skill to exploit the standings will win.
Listen to that roar. I think I underestimated my sister's popularity.
Even from here, I can feel her aura of magic. I suppose that's to be expected if she's the land's best mage healer.
From the looks of it, she's perfectly situated to pick up where Forden left off.
I object! Rella, you have no true experience in the political world. And you would rise to Santefex Forden's heights. Be worshipped as he was. I refuse. I have been loyal to God and His Eminence Forden my whole life. I am the only one worthy of his legacy.
Master Guido, truly I do see the truth in your words. However, this is also the will of the Crown Theocracy.
Friends gathered here, do you really believe such a person is fit to be queen? Once the nation has dissolved into chaos, it will be too late. Appoint me as champion of Sanctism, and I will save you all.
Not sure about that. We know your name, but honestly, you don't have much in the way of real accomplishments.
The man has no charisma. If I had to choose, I'd rather follow Saint Rella in all her glory.
And they say Sanctifex Forden killed the prince, too. If that's true, then I don't know if I'd trust his closest vassal with the throne.
Friends, I...
Is that Luis's gauntlet runner?
Uh-oh.
As usual, I find you all embroiled in pointless conflict.
What is your business here?
For the sake of those mired in your endless, fruitless squabbles, I have come to propose we give truth to this competition.
What truth?
The people's eyes have been opened. This entire tournament is a self-indulgent travesty of the Sanctus Church's making. First the king, and now you dogs of God. Why do you teach the people lies? You preach that true understanding is mutual and blind to the balance of power. Ignorant, willful or otherwise, to the sin and weakness that your lessons breed. Face the truth. Our world is lawless, and your efforts have done nothing to quell the chaos. It is time we were judged only by our abilities. Victory means nothing unless won by skill, and it is no less true for the throne.
Skill? What skill would you put on display?
I see no more reason to forbid the killing of candidates.
You would have the race decided by violence. And I suppose you believe yourself capable of personally reversing the king's magic. Impossible.
Oh, King! You have witnessed our trials, have you not? You have seen a divine relic used to defy your shield and claim lives! The lance rests in my hand. With its power, my victory is assured. But surely you would not see the race decided by such injustice. And neither would I. I will not give voice to the lie that this world is subject to any god's reign. Would you, O great king?
What is his aim? If he has the key to certain victory in his hands, why cast it aside?
Never takes what he doesn't win. That's Luis to the core. He means every word he says. When you're clawing up from the bottom and you hear him talk like that, you can't help but dream. And then you never realize. Only a madman claims lies and contradictions won't exist in their world.
Luis Guillaburn. What manner of life has this man lived to make him such a creature?
He says that, but with that lance, he could kill any candidate he pleases, couldn't he? He killed Sanctifex Forden, and now threatens Saint Rella. No! Your late Majesty, please, speak!
Do not fear, my people. Even should Luis claim all the power he desires, I will not be so easily conquered. Even should our nation dissolve into anarchy, I will always stand to defend you.
Sister.
I expected little else of Forden's loyal pet. It seems there is more to the saint than vapid, empty benevolence. Come, O King! There can be no more doubt. The masses desire a truly fair battle. One waged without your shackles.
Be this thy course? Thou wouldst rule by strength alone.
He's talking!
Like when he first rose.
I killed Forden, yet has my standing fallen at all? Surely you would know. This petty race limps forward, while the land is further flooded with anxiety and monsters. You have left us an age of strife. You are powerless to stop it. And in your place, fool king, I will restore the balance and right this land's wrongs!
So be it. They who remain seeketh a clash without hindrance. Very well. Now and hereafter, my magic shall no longer protect thee. Face this as a trial renewed. If ye would be a true king, then I bid thee prevail.
You see that light just now?
The magla flow surrounding the candidates has disappeared. The protection of the magic is no more.
The royal magic protection has faded away.
Then this lance of dragons is no more than an antique spear. Children lost in Sanctism's shadow! The fog of deception has finally cleared! There is no God! Think hard on your salvation, and whether you'll find it in prayer.
No. He would even deny us our prayer? It's true. His Majesty has broken the spell. If it has come to this.
You know it was not I who laid the prince low. Which means that if you oppose me still, it is for the throne, and nothing more. I can finally face the real you. A near-death invalid has no place upon the throne. The mere suggestion is ludicrous. You do well to follow the king's example and abandon the folly of your ideals.
To cast aside all we've fought for would accomplish nothing. We too strive for a vision. Luis, you will never take the throne. The rightful heir stands before you. Look upon our candidate and know his true claim. He is the legitimate son of his late Majesty King Hythlodius V, last heir to the throne of Uchronia. His Highness, the Prince himself, has risen to vanquish evil. For his people, he defies the pain and suffering of the curse he endured.
His Highness the Prince? What? That's a lie. His Highness? He has already passed.
His Highness the Prince! They're mad, the lot of them. That boy's an elder.
Indeed he is. 'Tis the very proof you seek. Anyone who truly knows His Highness himself will see what this means. Indeed. There is no denying it.
Rella!
Sister?
I saw for myself when I personally treated His Highness. They'd warned me against revealing it to the public, but the time for discretion is past. His Highness the Prince has elden blood coursing through his veins. His Majesty told me that the boy's birth mother was an elder woman.
The Prince was an elder?
Enough of this absurdity.
You! The Prince! A bold gambit, to reveal yourself before both Rella and I. Indeed, I have no retort. After all, he's been dead so long. Nobody could say otherwise. Fine then. So be it. This marks the true battle between those who would fight for the throne. Wouldn't you say, Your Highness? Face your unworthy ideals and come to terms. I shall await at the royal capital to meet the one left standing.
With Luis in the lead, he no longer has to concern himself with the other candidates, especially those who aren't a direct challenge. I secured the abandoned Dractius. Ooh, it's a light weapon. My support has increased dramatically now that I've announced I'm the Prince, and I can't let the people down. Wow, this game has taken a massive turn.
Forden's legacy is rightfully mine. It won't be long before this conflict turns violent. Do you really think you have what it takes to fend off Luis?
You were head of the guards and you failed to protect Santifex Forden. You want to talk? Please step down.
And you think yourself my better, do you? If it's a contest of strength you want, we can settle that right here. My magic. Nothing's happening. What's going on?
Please, do not cause further distress to the devout. I ask once more, stand down.
Did you see that? Those were thorned vines. But that's... Sister.
Children of God, I know the burdens you bear. I see the fear and anxiety that weighs heavy upon you. But rest at ease, my beloved citizens. Sanctism is and shall ever be your fortress. Know that I will protect all of you. Pray with me now. Closure.
She's right. Saint Rella can even heal our country. As long as we believe in her, we shall know peace.
Saint Rella! Saint Rella! Closure.
Be careful. I sense Magla. There's something beyond rhetoric in her words. There's definitely magic there.
Sister! What have you done to everyone?
I'm lifting their fears and anxieties. I can take yours too. With enough devotion, you can lock your anxieties away and they shall never trouble you again. Sanctifex Forden saw Sanctism as only a tool. A means to exploit the people, abuse his authority, and mask injustice as piety. And yet, even then, did this twisted form of Sanctism save no unfortunate souls? What makes salvation true? Luis claims that there is no God. That true equality is only earned in pitiless competition. Are the believers fools to fear his words?
Saint Rella.
I will save the people of this land in the truest sense. They shall live with no worries, no anxieties. Now and forevermore. But through magic? You forced the fears out of their very hearts. 'Tis no salvation to strip them of free thought. Perhaps not. But this country has bled them of it for too long. Besides, what makes you any more fit to speak of rightness? You claim he is the prince. The real prince is surely at death's door, isn't he? After all, your efforts did nothing to lift the curse. I've told you before. The prince's curse was crafted to perpetually draw upon the caster's magic. I know he suffers, because I yet live. Wait. Surely you can't mean... No. You healed His Highness. It was only by virtue of your presence that he survived that night. Oh, was I not clear enough? Allow me to clarify. On that night, it was my back that your blade carved across.
Oops.
This isn't good. There's magic flooding this place.
Keen senses indeed, to be capable of seeing all this.
No! Why? Sister, you can't have! You were only 12 summers old then.
I was. And Luis was only a boy. All the better for any witnesses to suspect him of the crime. Yet I was interrupted in casting. What would have been a fatal curse became something unorthodox and incomplete. A spell with no formula. Even I could not dispel it. All you can do now is kill the caster. As heiress to the Sanctus Church's legacy, I will never hand over the royal scepter. Not to Luis, nor to you. Juna, I will await you amidst our dearest memories. Find me where the failures of the Sanctus Church lie buried. A place I'm sure you know well.
Isn't that a...
Halt! I will not let you escape. You've ruined everything. The church, my authority, everything. You will never leave this city alive. I am Guido, of the warrior monks, and in God's name, I condemn thee!
Oi! They're calling in the cavalry! We've got incoming runners, plural! We need to get out of here!
What the fuck is going on?
Norris, swiftly!
What did I know? Who put this cliff here?
What about the teleportation?
That takes time we don't have!
We've got nowhere to go but up into the sky.
So we do. Then, that's what we'll do. We fly!
Wait, you're saying...
I finished preparations long ago. Time was something I had in surplus.
Then?
But if it fails, it's curtains for us. We all die here. You hear me?
I trust you.
We're dead if we don't move either way. I agree. This speaks true.
Just take us up already. We've all flown before, right? Except me.
Norris! Is this not your dream? Then bring it to life! Here and now!
I'll do it. I'll take you with me. Beyond the sky!
Wait, what the?
Going down! Not yet. Trust your technology near us. It's time. Let's
Impossible. It can fly.
Yeah! We're flying like a belly bird with wings and all! Did you not see that? How do you like that?
My ears are popping.
That's what it takes some getting used to.
Take that, world! I've really done it! Look at her! That's my sky runner!
It's fucking mental.
After that drop, I thought we'd die, even if we didn't crash. Now that we're past the worst of it, it's actually smoother than I thought.
A bit of faith, my dear.
You're telling me that tiny patch is the city? It's like a child's toy. Seeing it like this, it's easy to imagine the people as little dots, huddling together in fear.
Phew, that was terrifying. I'm just glad it flew okay. Don't you think?
I always knew Nurse could make it work.
Only because you're as bold and big-headed as I am, what? Really, old boy, I'd not be here without you to give me the push I needed. Thank you.
So, about our next move.
We must pursue Rella as soon as possible. His Highness is running out of time.
Where did she say she was going? Where the failures of the Sanctus Church lie buried?
My guess is the Mage Academy, or what remains of the place. Nobody goes near it now. I was a student there myself once.
You don't say. No wonder you're so knowledgeable about magic.
For a dropout, I suppose.
The Royal Mage Academy, then. 'Twas known as the finest school in the kingdom for magic research.
Lady Juna, I've got to ask. What was St. Rella like back in your school days? The way she was acting earlier, all cold? That the real hair?
No! It can't be. I don't want it to be. Maybe I just never knew the real her. That was the first I've ever seen her like that myself. I keep thinking, if she'd just quietly taken over for Forden, we could have helped each other out. Even if she inherits the Sanctifex's authority, she's nothing like Forden. She'd never want to hurt anyone. That's not her. I thought she wasn't like that. Now she's saying she was part of this conspiracy? She attacked the prince? No, it doesn't make any sense.
Then we've got to get to her fast as we can. We know where she is, yeah? You just gotta tell her everything you just told us.
That would be prudent, yes. But Captain, a reef for your thoughts, lad. If she is truly the culprit, then the curse will persist so long as she lives. This means we will have to kill her. Are you up to the task?
Yes. I'm prepared for that.
Juna, would you prefer to stay behind?
I can't afford to. If at the last minute I can't face it, then you can leave me where I stand. I'm prepared enough for that.
Lady Juna.
What's the matter? It's plain to see something's bothering you.
Oh, no. It's nothing specific. It's just that... something's felt wrong somehow. Ever since I sensed the Saint Smuggler. I'm sorry. It's hard to explain. Please pay me no mind.
Mark the location of the Mage Academy ruins on the map. Merlin will be waiting for us when we land. We never want to come to this, but be ready for a fight.
Let's go see.
All right then.
Check the map. Let's aim for the Royal Academy ruins.
These are the Royal Academy ruins, huh? Rella's waiting for us there. Let's hurry. Let's see.
This place here.
Here.
Ha-ha! Tally-ho then!
We're risking it a bit going to the mountains in that dodgy weather, but what choice do we have, eh? Strap ourselves in.
Let's be off.
Then to settled. It would behove us to water to power ourselves, even whilst on the road.
I say, already seemed preposterous on the map, but they really built this old academy as deep in the mountains as they could shove it.
Amazing. It's all so beautiful. But for some reason, I can't stop shaking.
It's what they call too sodden cold. Ugh, I wasn't made for chill like this.
The wintry peaks of Montario are harsh. The first snowfall is bound to make it even harder to reach the base from our position.
Why build the blasted thing here of all places?
I don't know much about it myself, but I have heard rumors that there's a dragon among these mountains.
Oh, brilliant.
A dragon? You mean like our dragon god?
You saw how the dragon god turned into immaterial magla to be absorbed by the lance, right? Dragons may look like monsters, but they're not true flesh and blood creatures. They're testaments to a lost world. That's why the Academy's here, I heard. To study them. But of course, that's all in the past now.
Why is Rella with the Sanctus Church, anyway? If they tore apart a place she held dear, you'd think she'd carry some kind of grudge against them.
Probably just using them.
Tis not unlike my own plight, I feel. One might call it a family curse.
My family, the Cygnus family, holds great esteem, to the Church especially. We've held high sanctified titles for generations, and as eldest child, Rella can't reject them.
How did all that obligation weigh on her? Was she so determined to uphold it that she'd kill at their command?
She wouldn't. We'd better hear it from her.
I feel it. I can sense an aura of Magla all the way from here. There's a strong disturbance like I've never felt before.
Gotta be here. Here we go. We're finally closing in.
I forgot to give
the Royal Mage Academy ruins.
Hulkenberg that
the once
weapon.
Proud school's dignity is long
Dracadius.
stripped by frigid wind, its frozen spires piercing the wintry clouds. The gauntlet runner lands at the foot of the mountains, blemishing the pristine snow with fresh tracks. In silent certainty, they know Rella awaits them, the weathered corpse of a scholar's home at her back.
So that's the former Mage Academy.
I've been waiting for you. Little more needs to be said. We are here to save His Highness. And to do that...
Sister! At least tell me, why did you have a hand in the assassination? Did I ever really know you?
How like you to be self-centered even now, Juna. In the end, you're no daughter of House Cygnus. You're an orphan. Another acquisition of House Cygnus, picked up on a whim. A tokenized game piece on their board to illustrate their noble contributions to society. You thought you and I were close? You believed you understood your big sister?
I see. I understand now, Rella. You're right. And I was wrong. I am Giovanni Cygnus, and my life is my own. So is my heart. I've always believed in you, and I'm not going to stop now. You would never kill someone just because Forden asked you to. Never!
What are you saying? Forden lies dead, yet the curse is unbroken. Is that not proof enough? Can you deny it, Your Highness?
You had your reasons, I assume?
I honestly can't see it either. Anyone aiming to kill a royal is risking their life for a cause. But what would a 12-year-old girl be willing to die for?
If Saint Rella's willing to die for something, no mistake, it'd be you, Lady Juna.
Huh? For me? Why?
Delusions.
Sister. What? You are protecting me. From what?
Even if that's all true, why did you bother summoning us here? The King's Rock marks you at second place. All the Sanctus faithful have put their trust in you, even after the death of the Santafex shook their hearts. Had you only gone into hiding to prepare for the battle against Luis, no one, not even us, would have been able to get to you. Yet...
You want to know why I've summoned you here? A question burns in me, and I will have my answer. Whoever defeats Luis will surely win the throne. But can you save those who remain of the Sanctus flock? The weak, whom Luis would see culled? This world already rejects many for their weakness. With nowhere to turn, they seek comfort in faith. If you would sacrifice them for freedom, you're no better than Luis.
I intend to look after them.
Well, words alone prove nothing. To be king is to wield strength, even to save the foolish and the abandoned. Whoever you really are, until I know you can be a true king, I refuse to die.
Such an aura. This must be...
Yes. Behold a divine relic. Once wielded in war, and then sealed in the Frostlands. A weapon of draconic command. Just like the lance of your islands. Dragons are manifested avatars of mortal fear. Fear of nature. Fear of the untamed. That is the source of their power. If you would be king, show me you can conquer it. Sogne, dragon god of the Ice Valley. Show me now the power that ended the ancient world.
Oh boy.
If you would make this a country where it is no sin to be weak or ignorant, you need strength to shape it. Let us prove that strength here.
Rella!
Then let's go. If you're gonna put your life on the line for this, then it's only right we do the same.
Come, Sogne of the Ice Valley. Come, O Pillar of the 5 Chromatic Dragons, harbingers of earthly war. Heed my call, and unleash your fury once again before us!
We've got no choice! Let's fight
To the
back,
rear
everyone.
guard! To the vanguard!
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
I'll use what I must. I'll take this. What a blunder.
So much for that.
Are you strong enough to protect the weak?
The power of fire!
You hit their weak point. Keep it up
Oh,
strong.
I kind of expected
Show
that.
them strength.
Fire!
You hit their weakness. That's your opening, Captain.
I will protect you!
I owe you.
My thanks.
Are you
Face me!
strong enough to
Yes,
protect
I'll be
the
taking
weak?
that.
Why, hello there, treasure.
I call upon royal power within!
Sogne,
Hold back!
show them strength.
So cold.
Allow me.
Ah.
Cold. Captain's frozen. His attacks are gonna be a lot weaker.
Right. So let's just fix that real quick with those awesome things I bought. Oh, I think that. Okay, I think that does something else.
Here!
My thanks!
Are you strong enough to protect the weak?
This should work.
Sogne, show
Are you
them
prepared?
strength.
Alright. Then...
I'll cut you down!
Wizard! Maybe not.
I think this guy just... Oh, I think we're
counting
gonna
on you.
pass the turn.
Oh,
though.
power of
I knew you'd help. Helpful as ever.
Quite a boon.
Take this!
So bitter cold.
It comes to this.
Heise's frozen! Careful!
Ninja!
Attacks won't hit as hard as usual.
No. Ninja! Slash!
Stroll's
Samurai!
frozen.
Hack and
Attacks
slash!
will do much less
Oh,
damage.
shit, yeah.
You claim such power, then I will test it.
Still not crying.
This should work.
I owe you.
I paladin!
Thanks.
Helpful as ever.
My thanks.
It comes to this.
So cold.
Captain's frozen. His attacks are going to be a lot weaker.
Yeah, it's really annoying. Do this.
I'll
again.
use this.
I knew you'd help.
My thanks.
I'm obliged.
Heise's frozen.
Ah!
Careful. His attacks won't hit as hard as usual. Stroll's frozen.
It's
His
freezing.
attacks will do much less damage.
This'll do.
I owe you.
By the s-
Come! Healing
Much
up.
thanks.
My thanks.
It comes to this. This is nothing. It comes to this.
Heise's frozen.
Ninja!
Careful. His attacks won't hit as hard as usual.
Mustn't settle for these. I leave it to you.
Captain's
No holding
frozen.
back!
His attacks are going to be a lot weaker. They're totally fireproof. We better use something else.
Vitus power. Is there another way? We're looking good here.
Sogne, show them strength. I crush you!
So cold. Allow me to use this.
Samurai! Hack and slash!
It comes to this.
So cold.
Stroll's frozen. His attacks will do much less damage.
This should work.
Helpful as ever.
Captain
Is everyone-
frozen.
Oh,
His
power
attacks
of
are gonna be a lot
heroes!
weaker.
Are you strong enough to protect the weak?
I show no mercy.
I shall vanquish evil. I'll cut you down.
It comes to this.
What?
My strength.
Take this. This is nothing.
Your speed's down.
Here.
My thanks.
Plus needed.
Quite a boon.
With blade in hand. Shatter!
Oh, right!
Oh, nice crit as well.
Formidable indeed.
You claim such power, then I will test it.
Hack and stop. Not done yet.
I'll show you the essence of truth. I'm counting on you.
Are you strong enough to protect
Much
the weak?
thanks.
I owe you.
Such bitter cold.
Take this! Is that all?
So cold.
Heismay's frozen. Careful. His attack
You
won't
and this
hit as hard as usual.
bastard frostbite.
Helpful as ever.
Samurai, show them strength.
Tougher than I thought.
Are you strong enough to protect the weak?
Take it.
My thanks.
I'm obliged.
Quite a boon.
By the sworn. Come! I crush, still standing, I see.
It comes to this.
So cold.
Such bitter cold.
Take this! Only a flesh wound.
Perfect.
Stroll's frozen. His attacks will do much less damage.
Allow me
Helpful
to
as
use
ever.
this.
Captain's
Samurai.
frozen.
Ah,
His attacks are going to
well,
be a
it's
lot
not to be
weaker.
crushing fist them.
Oh, they die hard.
Heismay's frozen.
It's the next one's yours.
You claim such power, then I will test. There truly is a gulf between us. You are more the warrior than I, as expected. So be it. What I lack in experience, I shall give with my life. Sister! Sogne, I give unto you all that I am!
She gave the last of her magic to the dragon? Why
So
go that far?
cold.
They're weak to fire. Let's heat this place up.
I'll use what I must. Then again, tis best
My
used.
thanks. I shall vanquish evil.
Careful. His attacks
Burn
won't
to
hit hard
ash.
as usual. Captain Frozen.
It's
His attacks are going to be a lot weaker.
burn.
You hit their weakness.
I stand.
That's
Let
your
justice
opening, Captain.
prevail.
So cold.
You hit their weakness. Nice move,
Samurai.
Heismay.
The power of
You hit their
fire.
weak point. Keep it up, Stroll.
I won't hold back.
For all that we strive for.
So cold. Allow me to use this.
Helpful as ever.
Plus needed. So cold. Is that all?
Come on, run the dodges.
Captain's frozen. His attacks are going to be a lot
ash.
weaker. Heismay's frozen.
It's freezing.
His attacks won't hit as hard as usual.
Let me think.
Here.
I owe you.
Thank you.
Much thanks.
Is everyone with blade in hand?
So cold. I was saving
I
this.
knew you'd help.
My thanks.
Plus needed.
I call upon royal power
You
within.
hit their weak point. Keep it up,
Come
Stroll.
forth, royal soul. Fire.
You hit their weakness. That's your opening, Captain.
What was that?
Captain's frozen.
Paladin!
His attacks are going to be a lot weaker.
Right, let's use.
There!
Lol.
Hulkenberg.
You think yourself
You've got
equal to
several
a
ailments
Ujeep's
slowing you
agility?
down.
Ninja! Allow me to use this.
Helpful as ever.
Thank you.
Samurai! The power of
You hit their
fire!
weak point. Keep it up, Stroll.
I won't hold back. Burn!
You hit their weakness.
I stand
That's
ready.
your opening,
Let
Captain.
justice prevail. A mystic shield.
I knew you'd help.
I owe you.
My thanks. Be neither timid nor arrogant. Face me!
Looks like we can't brute force through this one.
I'm gonna see if there's another steal.
I'll take this. You're going to your name,
Nothing
eh?
but empty pockets.
Still no dodges.
I shall vanquish evil. Burn
You
to
hit their weak
ash!
point. Keep it up, Stroll.
Wizard! Fire!
You hit their weakness.
By the swan
That's your
oath
opening,
of
Captain.
power of heroes. Not this one.
Ah, damn. He used all my stuff up.
I must Paladin! I will protect you!
Helpful as ever.
Quite a boon. You think yourself equal to a Ujief's agility?
It's
over!
Nice
Now,
moves,
what's the
Heisme.
play?
I call upon royal power within!
Come forth, royal soul! None. Let's go! Burn!
Comrades, lend me your strength. Perhaps not this. With blade in hand! A mystic shield!
My thanks.
My thanks. Now we strike.
Ah, okay. So you want to use it on
I
Heisme,
must
so-
be sure. I'll use what I must. No.
So cold. Heisme's about to collapse. Someone heal him fast. Heisme's in real danger. He needs healing now. You hit their weak point. Keep it up, Stroll.
Fire!
You hit their weakness.
Observe. Let
That's
us
your
fight
opening, Captain.
as one. I will not let
Quite
you
a
die.
boon.
Helpful as ever.
Captain's
Be
frozen.
nice. On me, we go
The
together.
attacks are gonna be a lot weaker.
Ah.
I must stay calm.
You hit
It's
their weakness.
over.
Nice
Are you
moves,
prepared?
Heisme. Stroll's frozen.
By this power!
His attacks will do much less damage.
Boom.
I am bested. I see now the true strength of your will.
Oh yeah.
I've done it.
Probably used a few more items I would have liked, but you know.
I feel stronger.
I shall strive to use the
Tremble before me.
I am most certainly stronger than I was.
Well fought. You truly are strong. Strong enough to fend off a dragon from an age of destruction.
Rella, for His Highness, I will do what I must. Forgive me, but have you any last objections?
As for the crowd I've enchanted, you needn't worry. That was no spell of control. They should have come to their senses a while back now.
Then, your life is now forfeit by my hand.
Wait!
Sister, please tell me. What happened on that day? I want to know everything.
I was only 12. No child could so easily take a life in cold blood. I was confused, scared. I lost control. And the spell was cast. And so it became a wasting curse. Imperfect. Juna, do you remember how we talked of your dream? To become a singer whose voice could reach everyone in this land. I've changed my destiny through song, you said. You told me that as a Nydia, singing is the only truth you have. As a true-born heiress of the Cygnus family, in my eyes, you were like a shining beacon. You became my dream.
Stop. We're not talking about that. I couldn't do anything for you.
In you, I saw such freedom. I didn't want to lose you. So that day,
Oh shit.
Kill His Highness. I can't. Have you gone mad?
You do know how House Cygnus earned its position all these years, don't you? Everyone in your family did their part to handle similarly delicate affairs. Your father was no different.
But to murder royalty, surely it's beyond all.
The king has sired an illegitimate mongrel of a boy. Now he's brought him to the castle. If we do not act now, one day we will be bending the knee to an Elden king. Moreover, of late, we have another nuisance rearing its head. Luis. An impious little upstart with no respect for the church. But his military merits are getting too great to ignore. Some are even saying he's fit for high command. As the matter stands, we have but one way to deal with both in a single stroke. Dispose of the mongrel prince, and place the blame on Luis. Such a maneuver demands someone who can be a match for Luis in magical ability and physical stature. A girl of your intelligence can figure out the rest, I trust. The king's heart falters. He has lost the will to keep the kingdom united. Look upon him, and see the face of a man preparing to abdicate. It is amidst dissent and strife when the guiding hand of the church is needed most. And if Sanctism's enemies are not expunged, the nation's order will surely collapse.
Yes, but even so, His Highness the Prince is guilty of nothing. To murder someone innocent, it is an unforgivable atrocity.
If I recall, you have a sister. Unrelated by blood, yet already they speak of her beauty. And a most charming singing voice, yes?
What does Juna have to do with this?
Rella, you are destined to lead your family in due course. Surely it's your responsibility to protect them from the grief of any personal tragedies. Or will you live the rest of your life regretting a single night's lapse of judgment?
I'll do it. Cygnus is a sullied house. My parents yielded to authority, and only ever measured a person's worth by their magical prowess. I lived in disappointment. And then you entered our family. You became my hope for living. Someone more important than my own life.
Sister.
At the very least, I wanted to protect you. But in the end, I suppose this was the only way I ever managed it.
I see. Saint Rella, the familiarity I felt from you, I finally understand what is unique about your Magla. You live as I once did. As someone who has spent her whole life preparing to die.
When you all greeted me with Luis's formula in hand, I thought my heart might stop at the shock. I had always known someone might come asking one day, but I never thought it would be you, Juna. It felt like fate's hand, dealing my due punishment. That's why I'd kept an eye on you ever since then. To observe this seeker of the throne. This aspirant who possesses the lost power of the archetype. I hoped you could be the one with the power I've been seeking. but I needed to see with my own eyes.
The power you've been seeking?
Luis is more of a threat than you know. Whatever his intentions are, I know he grasps at more than just the crown. After the assault on His Highness, I was made to investigate Luis as a suspect. I touched his hand and read deeply into the flow of his magla. I'll never forget it. He didn't hesitate at all. I expected to see his aura, but it was more like a vision plunged into my mind, pure and vivid and violent, choking me in its flow. Humans flooding the country. Innocents either fleeing or lost to madness. And amidst the chaos, I saw no throne, no castle. That must be his real vision for the world.
A world overrun by humans? What does this mean? The man has been traveling the country doing little but slaying them, has he not?
I don't know the details. But in the past 10 years, Luis has been clad in that same magla, unchanging. If he becomes king, I know his vision will come true.
So that's how it is. If you let yourself be killed for the prince's sake, you couldn't guarantee the survivors could stop Luis. That's even why you called that dragon to test us, isn't it? You wanted to see if we had the power to protect this land, and all the meek in it.
And you've proven you can. With that strength, I know you can do what I couldn't. I have no more regrets.
Sister!
Then I will put an end to this at last. For all who deserve the truth, I shall reveal everything.
What are you going to do?
I will speak to the congregation gathered in Altaberry. Indeed, it was for this purpose that I gathered them there.
What? Then that magic you mixed in with your speech, the real reason you linked their minds with yours.
All that's left is to strengthen the magic a bit with the power of this relic. And my words will reach Altaberry. Good people, can you hear my voice? Dearest faithful, can you hear me?
What's going on? There's a voice in my head.
A voice? I hear nothing.
I apologize for startling all of you. It is I, Rella Cygnus. Through magic, I speak directly to your minds.
Saint Rella? Is every Sanctist in the city hearing this? Amazing. That's some spell.
We witnessed a boy candidate who claimed to be the prince. To ascertain the truth of his words, I faced him in mutual, voluntary battle. I now see with eyes unclouded. Good people, he is, without a doubt, His Highness the Prince. Now, there is something further you all must know. The truth of His Highness's reported death, and the truth of the attempt on his life. Sanctifex Forden was indeed behind the plot to assassinate His Highness. By this barbaric act, he sought to elevate the church and put the throne within his own grasp. These revelations are only mine to give, because I was Forden's assassin. It was I who cast the curse upon His Highness. Yet all was not lost. Through all these long years, His Highness has endured the pain, and now walks among his people once more.
Sanctifex Forden was really the mastermind? What am I supposed to believe? Oh, God.
Sanctist faithful! She knows not what she speaks! Close your mind to her! Damn you, Rella! You would not just expose our secrets, but cast them into our people's very heads?
Forden has already paid for his transgressions. As for me,
This shall be my final address to you all. For my sins against our nation and its people, and for willingly abetting such atrocities, I will soon join our Sanctifex in the beyond. Yet know this, dear faithful. You need not let your anxieties rule you. I have faced His Highness the Prince myself, and known his heart. His Highness will accept us. With his strength, he will shelter the lost and weak, and stand against Luis in our names. If all of you would believe, our country could be a place where all would thrive under a just king. I pray with all my heart that it will be so.
Saint Rella, was this your plan from the very beginning? Damn it! Crier or not, I can't let her down. I've got a job to do.
What became of my church? My faith? How can I go on without it? I am lost. I thought myself the unshakable defender of the Sanctus Church. But should it now collapse, I cannot see my path forward. Even I, then. I, too, am one of the weak that Rella fought for.
At last, my role is at an end. Juna, I'm sorry. I only ever meant to protect you, but in the end, you'll have it the hardest.
Sister, please, you... Tell me, what do I do? Basilio, tell me. What do I do?
Lady Juna.
And what happens to the faithful? They'll be crushed. You're their saint. You had just put their hearts at ease. What are you?
I never wanted you to see it, but... Juna, look at this.
What?
What's left of my life is a price already claimed by my own curse. Perhaps it was too cruel to ask for a quicker death at your hands. I leave Juna and this country in your hands.
Rella!
Thank you, Juna. Your life and will was always your own. If only I could have lived with your freedom. I admire you. Please don't let this change you, dear sister. I just wish I'd had more time to watch over you.
Huh? The curse is gone. He's cured.
I see. Which means Rella is...
Damn it! What am I doing? It's just like me and Del. I never wanted her to go through this too.
She did not strive merely to make amends. She was as much a protector as any of us.
You're right. For her family, and for all Sanctism's faithful. Even as it cost her her own life.
Ella knew she was linked by the curse to its victim. Her body paid the price, and she must have known she didn't have much longer.
She really, truly wanted to guide those who looked to her. It wasn't about the church, for her. It was about the people. She was the kind of Sanctist others only pretended to be.
I have a feeling that many of her congregation will continue to call her the Saint. I only wish she had lived to see it.
I'm with you there. She was stubborn, fussy, a bit odd, maybe. But she'd drop everything to help someone. And she'd do it with her whole heart, in all the filth of that sullied house. She was the one brilliant flower that bloomed. That's who you were. And that's why I loved you, Rella.
She gave us a mission.
Yes. You're right. Can't waste all my time crying when she's counting on us. Rella's given us a lot. Not just the truth about Luis. She's put the entire Sanctus congregation's support behind His Highness the Prince. You.
Indeed. You'll not have the whole nation on your side, but it won't be long before you've taken second place. Just behind Luis himself.
Saint Rella saved me. I owe her my life, and I'm not gonna waste it. I'll fight with everything I have, right to the end. Let's do this.
Rella, the candidate in second place, has fallen. The believers who stood by her will likely transfer their support to the Prince. Rella's shocking news was delivered throughout the country by the crier's message birds, and had even made its way to Grand Trad before the day's end.
Saint Rella was the one who cursed the prince. And to take her own life in the name of atonement. Yet, even if she'd lived, she confessed to high treason. She'd have been executed either way. Has all I've believed in been lies?
But didn't you hear the rest? That elder boy's the true prince. He survived. The king's true-born son's risen to take down Luis. It's like a proper myth. I've got to stand with him.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I might have your attention for a moment. We actually received an urgent notice a short while ago. A letter from the candidate Luis. In truth, I wasn't sure if we should read this to the public, but the criers have come to consensus. We must fulfill our duties. If this message is being read, it means that Rella is dead. And the boy who claims himself the prince has won. Now, only 2 aspirants remain with any real chance at the throne. The boy and myself. To all lessers who remain, lay down your arms and accept defeat with grace. Blind defiance will be met with death. Bare your teeth, and you will die like the dogs you are. The boy, or myself. Only one shall wear the crown.
Sounds like he's throwing down a gauntlet, doesn't it?
We need not wait for the former king's judgment to pass. Let us determine ourselves which of us is fit for rule. My proposal is this. On September the 24th, upon the grounds before the royal capital's Grand Cathedral, we settle this in a contest of single combat. As in our battle at the Opera House, I welcome any weapons, any number of adversaries. Collective power is its own achievement. Either way, you will die by my hand.
Thus ends the letter from candidate Luis.
I knew it! It's a duel.
If Luis emerges the victor, we are surely doomed.
I stand with the prince!
Nobody can beat Count Luis! It's high past time he tore that so-called prince limb from limb!
If he beats this Luis person, will he become king?
Will he indeed? Reminds me of what my darling used to say. If you choose to fight, be ready when they fight back. I suppose it had to be this way. You can't fight a man for the throne without cutting a path to it first. Just come back alive. That's all we can hope for.
This defies all reason. What has Rella done? Even in death she finds a way to betray the church and raise that damned wealth.
She always seemed so timid in these chambers. Had she been scheming against us from the beginning?
We're not through yet. We must find a worthy successor and raise yet another candidate to replace Rella.
Yet, what chance do we have of winning now? Can anyone here conceive of someone as capable as Rella in winning the people's hearts? They say that even the monk Captain Godot is stepping down. There is no road forward where a Sanctus delegate can take the throne.
Then what path remains?
We must take steps now to ensure that our positions cannot be eliminated, whether by Luis or the boy. Whoever wins, we must gird ourselves.
If Luis has his way, he'd sooner have our heads than our titles.
The methods don't matter as long as we have a plan. There's no going back when our hands are already steeped in blood.
Strange to hear that said without a shred of guilt. But you're right. Survival is what matters now.
So we've got 2 weeks-ish.
I see. Yes, that seems to explain everything. Glad to hear His Highness is all right. Hardly feels real after all the muck we've waded through. But I suppose the fates take as much as they give. And you, my girl, how are you holding up?
I'm all right. My mind's cleared a bit. Sorry. Still got to lie about it. But please don't act any different on my account. She put her trust in me. I can't afford to be weak now. I've a job to do. And I'm going to finish it.
Right. Understood. For now, tempting as it might be, best not to drop everything and make a dash for His Highness.
Indeed. No doubt Luis has his eyes on us, waiting for such indiscretion. We must be patient and confront him face to face.
As it happens, we were rather beaten to the punch. Just earlier, a delivery bird dropped by with urgent news from old Batlin. Apparently, Luis has thrust us a proper letter of challenge. Says he'll be waiting to face us on September 24th in front of the Grand Cathedral.
Sounds like he wants this settled before an audience. If he's going all in here, maybe he'll finally tip his hand, show his trump card.
Still got a trick up his sleeve, has he?
Luis just doesn't go around hunting humans. He's been doing proper research, trying to figure out their powers and origin for ages. Don't know how much truth there is to it, but I heard he's developed some new magic art of his own. Something dark and secret.
He's forged new magics.
I wasn't convinced when I first heard it. But now I've met you lot and I've seen all this messing about with archetypes. Well, nothing surprises me anymore.
Indeed. Last time, we had the element of surprise, and he was wounded. And we still barely had him. Didn't end up much of a decisive victory over the perfect Count Luis. If we fight the same way we did last time, he'll kill us all. This won't be an easy battle, but we've got to keep our heads up.
We still have a grace period until the day he named. Let us use the time wisely and prepare all we can.
Amen, brother. Back at the Alderbury Inn. Well, this is a surprise. Never expect to see your faces back in town. Well, many would show up again after angering Master Godot and his monk army like you lot did.
No.
Let's not sweat the details, mate.
Yes.
Saint Rella placed her trust in us. She would see us protect all those in this country, including the Sanctus Faithful, who are still the Prince's royal subjects.
Right.
Besides, a coward who flees the city to save his own hide hardly be worthy of support.
I beg your pardon.
We'd like to prepare for our confrontation before we jump back into the fray in Grand Crad. I apologise for imposing on you again. I see. Well, never fear. I'll not turn you over to the church. Not that the monk army has its sights on you to begin with. Master Godot has buried the hatchet, as it were. Says it would be pointless to do otherwise. Regardless, I'm sure you're all exhausted after what you've been through.
Right then.
Please rest well. Everyone's dead tired.
Let's rest.
Now that the Princess Crispin left, we can't just mope around. Alright, I'm going to be right back 2 minutes and then we'll carry on. Enjoy some clips in the meantime.
Wait, is this guy inting? I swear to God. I'm so done. Is there a phase 2? Is the will to live that powerful? Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Clip that? Because what the fuck? Max Payne, train driver. Oh shit, what the fuck?
What the fuck is that?
Did Chris fall from the chair? My God, Chris fell from the chair.
God. I can't fucking do it. This is so fucking dumb. This is not good.
It's like that, innit? Alright, Sam?
Didn't know that.
Oh, you got all over me, mate. What are you doing?
fuck.
Oh, I
You
can't
fuck.
see.
Wait, did I say fuck? I wasn't.
Should have
saying-
worn my
You
gunners.
were just saying colored and just suddenly you say fuck. God damn it.
Alright.
What are you doing? What?
Wayward, though my son may indeed be, he has made me proud. May you too know happiness.
I can. What's this? Ready?
There should have been 2, I think. Where has he gone?
Hang on, let me join you. Oh my.
I take a
Look at my enormous penis!
Fuck it.
What is going on here?
You stop!
Fucking Decker came busting out the moves at the nightclub.
Yeah, by the way, you can join my Discord for updates. I want to go live, so you can see this. William Johnson, William Johnson, William Johnson. Oh, fuck off, William! Fuck off, William!
Oh, good one, Chris. Good joke. Haha. Anyway. Betty buys.
Good night.
Seems more summon me to academia.
Oh. Apologies. There is one thing I felt I should share with you.
More seems discouraged for some reason.
Do you recall some of our first conversations? Where I described to you how I am trapped here. I've no idea where in the world I am right now. Indeed, I cannot even remember how I was brought here. But you and your allies journey across the land. I had thought that by observing you, I might discover a kernel of those truths.
I see. You thought maybe it was the Mage Academy. After all, it was a sanctuary of knowledge. Shuttered by persecution and isolated by wastes of snow. Nobody had gone near it in years.
Indeed. And that's not all. It's faint, but a deep memory stirs. I myself was involved in the founding of the Mage Academy.
That's practically a sure bet, isn't it?
Well, it seems the matter is not that simple. I saw all that befell you. The Ice Dragon, the Divine Relic, the magic that the Saint cast upon her people. If all these magical influences arose close to me, I would have sensed it. How could I miss them? Yet, I sensed nothing. It's as if time stands still. Not a single sound. Only deafening silence.
Are you saying that the Mage Academy could be somewhere else?
Somewhere else, or perhaps I myself. My obsession with archetype research, our meeting, the turmoil that has engulfed this land, just maybe, they might all be connected. I feel that in pursuit of the archetypes, we may find the truth of your life and of mine. One of those truths is that from here on, you will face more clashes between you and Luis. Clashes that power will decide. I aim to help as always.
Show me what you might achieve beyond your gifts.
Oh, hi, Anna.
My faith rests with you. Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Doing pretty well, thank you. How about yourself?
The time's finally come.
Louis set date for September 24th. The royal capital's undoubtedly already in an uproar of things, so there's no use in rushing back.
Very well.
I'm glad you're okay. I agree, but to be safe, we should aim to be in Grand Trad by the day before. Let's prepare for the departure on the morning of September 23rd. Things might not be as easy if it's been so... Don't have the royal magic no more. Anyone can take a shot at you, and I mean anyone.
Yes.
You're right. We've got to remember the candidates other than Luis might be gunning for us from here on out. How have you been enjoying Black Ops 6, is it?
Everyone's here.
I only
We've got
remember
the fight of our lives ahead of us.
I only
Let's
remember
be ready for it.
gifting it. I don't remember if it was so good. Oh, good, good. I'm glad. Final battle with Luis and Grand Trad approaches. Spend your time before the designated date. Make sure you're fully prepared. You just going to apply to previously unreachable locations, brave new challenges. Cautious of snow, inclement weather. Okay. Ooh, okay.
All right.
Oh, I'm glad. I'd feel pretty shitty that if I was like, oh, I got it for you, and then it was like a shit game. But I mean, I suppose in that way you wouldn't have to spend your money on it then. So, win-win. So make sure you're as strong as you can be before we face Luis. I only wish you had more time.
And then...
Keep an eye on Juno, but it's Basilia I'm worried about. They're holding up, but they both lost someone important to them. It's good, good. Good, good, good.
We've got to do it. Oh, hey!
Whoa, fucking hell. And that's with work as well. Hell yeah. You go, girl. Slay.
All right then.
Okay, let's go pick up all the quests and whatnot. An elder and a fairy travelling together? Wait, you're that prince people have been talking about. All my life, commoners like me have been little more than tools on the hands of you nobles and royalty. Curse you! You drag us into your wars and you work us to the bone, then cast us aside, just as I found something lucrative. Damn it all.
About that.
Look, I don't know your life, but you're clearly struggling with something. Could you tell us what's going on? I'd like to help. What? This is not just a rumor? Is a prince going around helping people? I'm sure someone like me is near last on the list.
Well then?
You're welcome to be suspicious, but can you at least tell us what's going on? I'm a craftsman. Used to be I made armor for soldiers, but these days I've decided to put my skill to blankets and clothing instead. These are dangerous times, though. Being what they are, I haven't been able to get the thread I need. You can ignore that wish list, thank you very much, because you did your, You have already done that. So, thank you, but no thank you. Okay? We've already been over this, we're even. I don't know. Annabelle? My tier 3 subby wubby. Why, this is the coldest winter we've had in years. We wake up and wonder if any of the ones froze to death in the night. Look, if you really are the savior they say you are. You think you can go get the materials place? Okay, you give me anything, and I will send you the real version of that tier 3 picture I sent you. Yeah. I can manage a reward, of course, but how about some custom armor made out of the materials you get me? Sound good? Yeah, sure.
Thanks.
What? I know you don't want that. Yeah, you.
Let's give it a shot.
That's a choice I can get behind.
Save your money.
Let's help them out.
And you can use it for like a Christmas present for Loth or something. I don't need your money or any games on my wish list or anything. What? I warned you. Let's head to Malva. No time to waste with the blankets keeping people from freezing to death.
All right then.
No, it was good. It was good. The week was fairly chill. Weekend was chiller. Oh no, I was ill actually during the week, but I'm okay now. Yeah, it was just same old, you know, work, stream, or work, not stream.
All right then.
What about you?
We've got to do it. Oh hey,
Hope everything is okay for your week/weekend.
Go.
Anyone catch your eye?
Thank you. Yeah, it was only like a one-day sickness thing. I think I just ate some bad food. And to be honest, it shrunk my stomach for like a couple of days, so I might even lose weight because of it. Work and gaming. Okay. Well, make the most of it, right? But I'm glad it looked to be pretty much the same, and hopefully that's good for you too. Let me see the contracts. Counting on you, Your Highness. Ice Beast.
You can handle it.
Some don't believe it exists. Oops. It's a legendary monster said to inhabit snowy mountains. Lately though, we've had a number of sightings come in. Witnesses report seeing a two-headed beast with a white body that blends in with snow. Soldiers were dispatched to search for it, but the majority of them never returned. After that, a whole delegation was dispatched to deal with it, but they found no success. The monster has left an area footprint behind it. So it's smart enough to cover its tracks? It's the type of thing we can't ignore, but dealing with it is going to take a lot of effort. So how about it? Do you accept? At this rate, it's only a matter of time before it starts seeking out victims in neighbouring areas. Yeah, sure. That's what I like to hear. Beast lurks in a place called Everfrost Forest, located north of Alsbury. More information about it, go ask the informant.
But
This beast don't leave any tracks behind, right? If we can fight it, we wouldn't accomplish much if we can't find it in the first place. Well, the report did mention that it apparently appeared shortly after a Valmo in that forest was killed. Other than the Karmanzan, the Valmos are the strongest beasts out there. Maybe the target monster knew something was up after it sensed the Valmo's defeat.
I see.
Well, don't have any other leads, so we should set our sights on a Valmo.
I have high hopes for you.
If you do manage to slay it, bring me its frost point core. With that as evidence, I'll be able to give you the reward.
Let's do it.
just going to... Okay. Oh god, I had a Steam notification and I was like, did you just... no, it was the card in my Steam inventory.
You're sure? And right there's a ladder.
Okay.
We've gotta do it.
Let's see.
Really?
No requests. Alright.
Alright then. Where to?
So if we go back to Grand Trad...
Let's go.
Do we have any stuff to thingy? Bless? Whatever?
Closure.
Closure. What do we got? What do we got? Nothing new.
All right then.
Let's go to
All right then. Let's head there right away.
Head.
Okay, what's the plan?
What do you do with on Call of Duty, by the way? Do you do like zombies or multiplayer or the campaign? I've heard from some people at work that the zombies is really good, but not much. I don't know. I haven't heard much about it. So anything else? Sorry. Okay. Dungeons take only a single day. The dungeon is an open area. You can't fly to it. A school runner wouldn't be able to land.
Now then.
Well, a quest there and a quest here. I mean, I guess.
That's
right?
a choice I can get behind. It's your call.
Sure.
Great. Let's move out.
What to pick?
Who's this?
All right then.
So I can raise my... Oh, I can do bonds on here now as well.
Got a sec?
Hulkenberg or Heisme, oh boy. Right, let's check what their abilities do. So, she gets 4 things. High ability for defend the protagonist for an attack on his weakness. And whatever that is. I would say this one first.
Hail.
Your preparations in order. It is difficult to relax the final battle looming in on the horizon.
Say.
I realise our business is pressing, but there's something I'd like to discuss. I have something to report concerning the aftermath of the duel. Might you take time to hear it? Of course.
Thank you.
She doesn't know. We could just gift her
I've
after the
received word
stream.
from the Shadow Guard. Rodanth has been confined to an underground cell.
And I'll be fine. I'll get away with it.
For the time being, the chaos in the capital should be still.
I don't think we're in the clear just yet.
Agreed. All that's changed is that Rodanth is removed from power. We spoke of it before. A knight's duty is to their oath. Yet without a king, an oath might hold little weight to any one knight. And an armed force, disunified in purpose, is but a spark away from a raging mob. If the knighthood flounders further, whether clinging to power or simply self-preservation, a second Rodanth, or even a third, will surely emerge. Unless His Royal Highness the Prince takes the throne, there will be no true rebirth for the knighthood.
Another reason we can't afford to lose, I suppose.
Indeed. In defeating Luis, we shall win back the future of this nation. My duel with Rodanth left much clear. I proved I am not the woman I once was. It can only be the journey thus far that has changed me. You've helped me grow as a new person. Never again will I wield my power only to hide my own sense of inferiority. My convictions shall lead me, and I shall fight by their strength. Thus, I vow anew to use my power for you.
You're a true knight.
Only scant days ago, I was embarrassed to call myself a knight at all. 'Tis a strange feeling.
I feel Hockenberg's unshakable trust in me and the strength of our bond.
The steadfast vassal, Hulkenberg, keeper and character of the ninth virtues.
Thank you, Vast.
By the grace of her newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny. I shall safeguard our land and our future.
Not much. How
The
about
man
you?
of the Shadow Guard paused before departing. As he bid me farewell, he told me he hoped to one day be my equal. A knight not merely in title, but in truest spirit.
Oh, fair enough. Hope it all went well with you and the squad.
I never thought the day would come that I might see the honor in myself. As a knight, and as an ally, I will stay by your side, now and always.
I know the feeling, man.
Truly, my friend. Thank you.
Two of us spent a long time in each other's company, speaking freely and comfortably. Thanks to the strong trust between Hulkenberg and me, the entirety of the knighthood now supports me. You're not even done yet? Oh god, okay.
The sight of Malva forms on the horizon, a small settlement carved out of the mountainous terrain of southern Ontario, prospering modestly without reliance on trade, in part thanks to a thriving dairy farm. The Ishkia tribe secludes itself here, avoiding outside clamor, as though ushered in by the bleating of sheep grazing on a rock face. The gauntlet runner descends upon the quiet mountain village.
Oh, right, and then freedom from future raiding, you mean? Once the two bosses are left? Gotcha. I mean, to be fair, mate, we're probably just going to be playing Median XL in our Tuesday, Thursday streams. Which I know one of those two you would be doing raids and stuff in anyway, so it's no problem. Blimey, look at all the holes in our mountain. Telling me they live in those things? It's actually supposed to be quite cozy, according to some Ishkia I knew who lived here. I can see the appeal in a life away from the cares of the world. We didn't pull you out of one hole so you could take refuge in another. The cares of the world happen to be our main concern at the moment.
Yep.
That's true. And look, there's a shop over there. Let's head over to get back to those cares.
That reminds me.
By the way, you were asked to buy some durable spider silk, weren't you? See if they sell it. Sure. Not much else to buy, really.
All right.
What we came for, we all finished it. Back to base, I guess.
Okay then.
Gonna teleport? Right, let's go. Like I said, man, like this is a new and, well, kind of a first time thing for you, if my memory is right. So, basically what I'm saying to you is, fuck the stream, and fuck us, you know? Focus on you. Because I'm happy for you, man. So, you do whatever you feel you want to do. Katharina.
All right then.
Oh, we're gonna go hand in that quest actually.
Yep.
That was an odd thing for Gallagher to say. Make something warm. Hand over this durable spider silk to the man.
Really helped me out.
Thank you so much. Now I can get back to work and keep people safe in this cold. You've really been an enormous help. I got your reward right here, so take it. There's a little extra on the side. Call it a token of my thanks. And hearing about all the good you're doing elsewhere too.
Mission accomplished.
Ooh, cool.
All right.
This is made of lightweight durable spider silk, so I can guarantee it's comfortable. Made it with the thread I had left over. I swore I'd never make armor again, at least not for the nobles and their wars, but for you, I figured I could make an exception. The rumours said you were a good-natured prince, one who can't abandon anyone in need, and now I suppose I've seen for myself that's true. That's a little embarrassing. That's worth pride, not embarrassment. I'll tell you this, at least if you manage to take the throne, I'd be as proud of you as a man can be. Not bad. It's a cozy armor and a true blue supporter. Guess helping the needy pays off, huh?
That's a relief.
Keep helping people stay warm and spreading the good word about Captain, alright?
I'm off.
Of course, you can count on me. Now let's see what
now?
That thing is like. I mean, it prevents frostbite. Okay, yeah, sure, why not? Why do I have this on? Huh. I have no idea why. Need a better sword, that's for sure. Anyway.
We've got to do it. Really? We've got to do it. Hmm?
Again, mate, absolutely fine. Like, whether it's one day, no days. You know, it's... You get what I mean, though, innit? now study the trickster. Okay, what does the trickster do?
What now?
Just this one, I think. Seems pretty average, to be honest.
We've got to do it.
So if I'm gonna hang out with anyone, it wouldn't have been him. What about you? Ooh.
Hi there.
Oh, Captain, still alive and kicking, I see. So used to seeing you up on deck. It's weird seeing you elsewhere. How you doing? Wish I could say the same for myself. Got something on my mind, actually. What is it?
From my heart,
Thanks,
thank
Captain.
you.
To tell the truth.
So,
I told my supporters I was dropping out of the race for the crown. They were understanding about it. But some of them do sure like to run wild. Hunting down the rich and taking in money, I hear. They're kidnapping people and carrying off to the woods. Holding them for ransom. Not just the nobles, but merchants too. Man, Hot's just the one spurring it all on. He's always been the clever one. I just wish I could do something, being that it's my fault and all. Why do you think that?
as for me,
I'm the one who planted all those rotten ideas in their heads. Now they're treating petty robbery like some political accomplishment. I was trying to end injustice, not spread it.
the truth is,
A long time ago, back when I was a little dustbin, there was this old Parapus man who gave me a little cash, even though he was probably just as poor as me. Most people would run to a market and buy food before someone else stole that money, but not me. I bought a dagger. That was all I needed to run away from that village. I was following the Parapus code to defend yourself, even if you're alone. I hunted animals in the mountains to survive and my dagger broke, and that's when I started using my fists. Bounty hunting became natural after that. I got hurt a lot, and some of those wounds should have killed me, but I tell you, I wasn't ever going back to the days of getting used.
but
I came back to the village just one time hoping to thank that old man, but I couldn't.
Why?
Why not? He was dead, on the side of the road, like he got dumped there. He said he'd left to find work. The job was to be a test subject for igniters. The pay was good, for what a Parapus can earn anyway. I was told he'd done it several times already. The only reason he wanted the money, though, was to give it away, so I was told. Guess that's just who he was.
damn it.
That's the kind of thing I'm trying to put an end to. It's been my only goal, if I'm honest.
Listen.
There's still things you can do. Maybe, but how can I make her see? Right, the novel had a section on this topic.
Huh?
You know your letters? The world is only made equal through everyone's effort and cooperation.
Huh.
I like the sound of that. It's the kind of world I'd want to live in.
Right then.
So I gotta put in the work. Hey, Captain. Got an Indian to help me out once more, please?
It'll be fine.
Yeah, so I already know what you're thinking.
You serious?
Do ya? Fancy magic include mind reading? I want to stop Matephor. Though, will you go with me? Thanks, Captain. Gotta say, it's so assuring to have you along. Since Katharina's determination, as well as her strong faith in me.
I expected no less of you.
Apparently their hangout is on the outskirts of Altbury. They've been keeping the particulars a secret from me, though. I'll look into it and get back to you. You'll stop by again though, yeah? We can go together.
Many thanks.
I'll be waiting. Part ways with Catherine and return to the group.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Come to think of it.
All right then.
Let me see.
All right then. Let's go.
Just gonna do that.
What do you want to do?
Bounty.
Now then.
Onward then.
Yeah, it's your call.
Oh yeah, shit. Let me go talk to the informant.
Later.
All right then. Where to?
Oh, I am in the right place.
Go.
No harm in just listening.
Plenty of
you know.
information will be useful to you. What is it you want to know? Oh. So you want to know about Luis? Well, I suppose it's time for you to finally fight him face to face. Frankly, I don't think you can best him. Then again, I have no reason to go out of my way to stop you either. Not only is he skilled with the sword, he is a mage capable of advanced magic and
Keep
curses.
this to yourself.
He can use 4 types of magic: fire, ice, electric, and wind, and I've heard he can imbue his sword with them. On top of that, his keen eyes can detect his opponent's weaknesses. Allow him even the slightest opening and he'll capitalize on it. One more thing, I've also heard whispers that he wields some kind of unknown monstrous power. Little is known about it beyond its immense strength. You really think twice about whether you truly want to fight him. Yeah, blah 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 blah. This stuff is just meh. In fact, to be honest, so is this. So, for example,
What now?
fire, ice, lightning, wind. He's not weak. Wind. Lightning. Lightning. Shit. Okay, we'll have to see if we can try and fix that.
All right then. Let's go.
In fact,
What now?
I'm gonna see if there's anything that can dodge electric. Ice dodge. I can't see any archetype that has an electric dodge. Annoyingly. Oh well.
Right! Time for the old girl to shine. Now. Onward.
Yeah, but it's your call.
Let's be off.
Let's be off.
What to... What now?
Fire will work well. Use an ability that repels magic.
Keep this to yourself.
Okay, so I think Strong would be good to have there. Because he's got the fire sword attack. Sorry, Basilia, but you'll have to wait because High's May level 8 awaits.
What to do? Thank you.
I didn't see High's May's urn.
I wondered if you'd notice.
Wait a minute. Where's the urn?
I'd not say my last goodbyes without telling you. No, he's still with me. But the urn itself I disposed of. It's Yujif tradition, you see. Keeping the remains of the fallen in fine-wrought urns. But my boy, I had not much left of him. Only the smallest of bones. Now, however, those bones rest at my very heart. I asked the young Lady Yufa to craft for me a necklace that I might keep them ever close and safe. Wherever I go, and whatever I do, I shall wear this always. He will never leave my side again. I mustn't turn my eyes from my son's passing. Nor will I surrender his memory to Earth, left to rest in some place far beyond my heart's reach. No. I have but one course. I will carry my son with me, and we will change this burden of oppression against our people. Until that day comes, when we change this world for the better, I will fight with my son at my side, and in my heart.
I'm sure he'd want that.
I'm sure that's what your son would want.
Yes, I think so too. It will be no easy path. But I have made my decision. Thanks to you. We two have spoken of much, eh? Sometimes it's felt as though my son himself has been advising me. And well, I've been through no small pains on this endeavor. But it was that experience that brought me to my decision.
I'm honored.
It's because of the perspective we share. That's how I found a way forward. One I'll not regret. You are the only one who can create a world fit for my son to rest. Lad, my hopes rest with you. And I will see them protected even should it cost me my life.
No, I won't let anyone die. Never again.
Then let us all survive, that we might protect the new world together. Now, a new toast and a new vow.
Hell yeah.
After all this, you are like a son to me yourself, you know. Your life, your ideals. I will protect them as my own. Another toast then. To us. To my son. And to the children. And their future.
I can feel Heismer's family resolve and his unwavering trust as a friend and ally.
The aloof hermit, Heisme, keeper and heritor of the thief's virtues, by the grace of his newfound powers, work together to give truth to our hopes and fulfill thy destiny.
I will never forget how this drink tasted tonight. You should let me hear some of your stories too, eh? Just every now and then. They need not be grand tales. Even passing thoughts are fine. These moments we have, however we spend them, to me, they are precious indeed. I can't remember the last time I felt this way. To think of my future and look forward to what awaits.
And so we rambled on, whiling away gentle hours, talking of many things. Thanks to the strong trust between Heismer and me, the people of the Ujif tribe now support me.
Hey, did you see outside?
If you thought to take a look outside, who's stopping us for a moment?
The solstice crossing unfurls ahead. Powerful magic at play here blends autumn scenery with winter vistas all year round. Its stunning beauty soothes the hearts of travelers. But it is also said that if one remains too long, they succumb to the mountain's enchantment. Perhaps guided by magics powerful enough to alter the seasons, the gauntlet runner stops before the trees grow too dense.
Everyone, please have a look at this. The thicket possesses such a deep red colour. My, such a stunning display of autumn leaves. What do you mean by autumn leaves?
Yes.
Oh, I suppose this is your first time seeing them? In colder regions, the colour of the trees shift to a red or a yellow when the temperature descends. We call this season autumn. According to what the innkeeper told me, in this place the leaves stay that way the whole year. The snow too.
Whatever do you mean?
Oh? If it's usually a result of the temperature, then how is it that these particular autumn leaves maintain their pigment throughout the year?
Gallica!
I'd defer to Gallica, she can explain it. Me? What makes you think I know? The exact workings of it are unfamiliar to me, but from what I've heard, all this was the work of one of the hero kings, specifically the Faker King, who took a particular delight in surprising his subjects. It is said that he cast some magic upon this mountain.
Whoa!
Using magic to set the changing seasons in stone definitely sounds like something the Faker King would do. I'm amazed to learn that there is such a story about this place.
Alright.
My wisdom.
I'm quite grateful.
Everyone, I must thank you all, most deeply. I wish to say that all of a sudden. If you had not allowed me to accompany you off the island, I would have never seen something such as this. I share similar sentiments. In all my years, I never have been so deeply moved by such a sight. I think we're bound to see many more surprising things as we continue our journey. Quite the treat to see a new landscape. Had a fair bit of fun drawing the place as well.
Eastern mountains of Montario gives way to the Everfrost Forest. its foliage visible through the biting wind. Just as the seas of Oceania rise inexplicably into the air, the land here rejects even the modest climate fluctuations of its surroundings. The gauntlet runner skids along the frost to stop at the forest's entrance, the icy wind ever present.
Isn't that...
So, according to the story, so bounty's lurking somewhere within these woods. The beast seems to be quite dedicated to hiding itself. It would seem we have no choice but to lure it out.
Now then.
Well, it's not my preferred way of doing things, but I suppose we just need to make a scene then.
Speaking of...
According to what we heard at the recruitment center, it previously appeared after a sense that some Valmus had been killed.
Ah, I get it.
Hunt down some Valmus then. We must try precaution in this place, or we may find ourselves surrounded by foes in an open area.
I'm heading out. Alright,
let's get started. Our goal is to ultimately take down Luis, right? Well then, can't allow ourselves to get stimmy by something like this. Just a second, I sense something. A relic.
So, hey.
Okay, but for the time being, that's going to be all from us for today. Let's open the menu a sec, it's a bit quieter. The next week for me is a busy one at work. I'll be working some late nights, so I can't guarantee there will be streams on Sundays. So, well, best way to know, follow the stream and Discord and all that. But I mean, as usual, it's going to be Tuesdays, Thursdays, and then the weekend is something. So, just can't guarantee anything for Tuesday. Thursday's looking more likely, but I'll put a maybe on it. So, just keep an eye on Twitch. Easiest thing to do. Either way, thanks for hanging out, chatting and whatnot, and I'll see you when I see you next week. Have a good night. Take it easy.